Dr. Nancy Fox joins us on Good Morning Frederick. She's the president, founder of the LEAF program. This is a great organization educating people of all ages about Lyme disease prevention by identifying ticks, how to remove ticks, all kinds of great stuff. Dr. Fox, welcome to Good Morning Frederick. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me today. Thanks.
So let's start first with uh, Lyme disease. I don't recall ever hearing about it, probably 10 to 12 years before that, right? So up until about 10 to 12 years ago, I knew I had some friends who suffered from an unknown illness where they had lethargy or there was a lot of, they had an autoimmune or something like that. And it wasn't until probably the last decade where it was identified as Lyme disease. Is that correct? And things that you've seen and why your involvement with this cause?
Well, according to my story, I was bitten and I was in college in probably 1992,
Okay.
1990. Not, and probably before that, probably 1988, 87. We don't know. That's when I started exhibiting slight Bell's palsy of the right eye.
Oh,
So, and I had all kinds of symptoms. I had asthma, I had this, I had gastro, I had all kinds of symptoms across the board. So until 2003, I was just moseying through and trying to figure out what next thing I had to deal with physiology wise.
yeah, and I think from what I understand, the little research that I've done or people that I've chatted with over the years, it's very difficult to diagnose because a lot of physicians are looking just at your one symptom or your two symptoms, and it's different for everybody. So it's kind of like I talked to a good friend about sepsis. It's a very similar thing because it's very hard. Not everybody presents the same way.
Correct.
So until you advocate for yourself and you put everything together that's happening as one and go to somebody who might be a specialist or know about it, sometimes people go years without having any sort of diagnosis.
And that was the case for me. It is estimated somewhere between 13 and 15 years, maybe even longer,
Ugh.
that I'd been bitten and I'd had various symptoms that was diagnosed as something else.
So, do you believe that Lyme disease has been around forever and we're only really figuring out how this happens? Or is it something environmental or even just in the, I don't know, scheme of things that has developed over the years?
Well, I do believe it's environmental. I do believe that there is, we're talking decades. I don't know specifically, and I don't know that anybody knows specifically because it's been too difficult to diagnose, to treat, to figure out what's going on. But we know it's been going on for decades at least.
Mm, yeah,
And there are some concerns that there was some research done and some release of bacteria and viruses into, but we all know that all kinds of things happen over time. So
sure.
from my perspective, we've been dealing with the bacteria and viruses over decades, and
Mm,
I believe that that has emerged even prolifically,
yeah.
that it just keeps getting more and more. I keep hearing about more and more people infected. I keep hearing about more and more ticks, especially this year that you and I were speaking of.
Yeah.
I had
Well,
had
I'll say this. I know that there are more because I am not an outdoorsy person at all. And I live in the suburbs. I have a little small raised garden bed. I walked out to my garden bed, came back, and a tick was crawling on me. I mean, it was literally, like I say, it's not as if I was traipsing through the woods or being rolling around in the grass. So to me, finding one, which is the first time I found one on me in a long time, found one on my dog. She also just hardly goes outside. So I know that that means that they are higher in number, which is so important to understand removal, testing, and watching the area of the bite. So, quickly, can you explain to our viewers what to do if you find a tick that's on you?
If you would allow me to back up, first
Oh,
thing
sure.
I would ask you to do, because your backyard or your small area, no matter how big the area is, your yard can be a haven for ticks. And
Mm,
so the first thing I would instruct you to do is wear repellent. Uh,
okay.
Repellent on the skin and repellent on the clothes and shoes.
All
So,
right. So, is this something you purchase? Can it be holistic? Can we make it? What do we need to do?
well, all of those things are possible.
Yeah.
Um, I know there are people in my foundation that have holistic and make their own through oils and such. Um, Also, the chemical versions, I think it's a preference of the person, to be
Okay.
honest. Some of us are comfortable wearing chemicals, some of us are not. And
Mm,
so we want to take the point of it all is put the repellents on your skin and apply them as necessary throughout the day, however that is, depending on whether it is a chemical or a holistic or make your own
mm,
type. Um, and then also make sure your clothes have repellent in them. So it is one of the things that, so if you do that on both ends, taking care of both, then that is the first point. The second point is daily tick checks. Like you came in and you noticed a tick crawling on you, even though that was not something you were expecting. If it's crawling, use a lint roller. Very quick, very inexpensive
mm.
if it is attached. I have the TICKS method. T meaning tweezers. Now, those are fine point tweezers, not the ones you pluck your eyebrows with,
Right.
unless you're using lasers today. Anyway, the fine point tweezers is the T. The I is insert the tweezers up under the body of the tick, because it's not the head that goes into your skin. It's called the hippostome. And that is like, if you think of like a needle,
Mhm.
unfortunately, that's probably, or a stinger of a bee, that's the kind of thing. But the key to a tick is they numb the area before they insert the hippostome, so you don't feel it.
Wow.
Yes, so you're gonna go up under that tick's body, go close to the skin as possible, and see consistent and without moving or re-grabbing or anything, you're gonna consistently and pull that tick off your skin.
Mm,
Now, K is keep the tick in a Ziploc bag.
mm. I've
Now,
got it on my, fridge actually in a Ziploc bag right now just in
very good,
case.
Danny. So you're going to keep it in a Ziploc bag because number one, you want to keep the tick and then send it off to a lab for testing. Now, there are several labs. You can go to our website, theleafprogram.org, and there's three possible tick places, tick
Mm,
labs that you could send it. Most labs that are doing research are free of charge or maybe a nominal fee. For someone who has spent and others who have spent tens of thousands or hundred thousand
right.
dollars in treatment, whatever the fee is below $100 to figure out what that tick may or may not have
Yeah.
is probably a great investment.
And
Um,
this is mostly vital if the tick was attached at all, right? If
Correct.
it was just crawling at that point, there's no harm because there's no transfer of anything, which is how you get infected. Okay.
Excellent point. And then
Yeah.
the S is see a doctor. I would report it to the doctors. Most doctors do not want to see you unless you start symptoms. Well, for me, that's a little late. Now, there are sometimes there's a rash. That rash doesn't have to be right near the tick bite. That rash can be blow up somewhere else on your body.
Oh, interesting.
And we are learning more and more each year about variations between if you bullseye rashes aren't normally found.
I would just say any tick you found that is actually in your skin,
Mhm.
to save it, send it for testing, and just be mindful of any symptoms that could come up within the next couple of weeks, that this could be a cause of that.
Or even longer.
Yeah. I mean, I think the one big thing, no matter who I talk to about any illness or any disease, is A, you have to listen to your own body. You
Absolutely.
have to advocate for yourself and don't take no for an answer if somebody's trying to steer you a different way. And I'm not saying don't listen to your doctors. I'm just saying always you are the keeper of every piece of information about you. They are only the keeper when you go to the doctor. So it's really important, I think, to know your body and know if you don't feel right, that you keep looking for those answers, because I think that's where most people that I know have found relief, just in getting diagnosed with something that they know that they can start treating. And if you do end up with Lyme, how are the treatment protocols nowadays, and what is there hope for you?
The treatment protocol with a regular doctor is either short-term use of antibiotics.
Mhm.
With a Lyme literate doc, they will test for other bacteria and viruses other than
Yeah.
Lyme disease. So they will give a more comprehensive view of
Yeah.
what your body is working with.
Yeah.
Also, the treatment is it's all dependent on the person because
Right.
everybody has a different DNA and a different makeup and allergic to certain things that,
Sure.
so medicines are the same way that you have to be
Yeah.
careful.
Well, education is important from children all the way up to adults. You have a bunch of things that, first of all, I know you guys go out to a lot of different schools and organizations like camps and boys and girls clubs and stuff to educate kids, because kids tend to be the ones who are outside and may pull ticks off and not even think about anything. So we want to make sure they're aware. But you've also created a game to help people keep all of this top of mind. And I'm assuming people can get that off of the website.
You can also, I'm about to put it on Amazon. Right now, I have them directly on my shelf, so to speak.
Okay.
We are working towards getting them in other sporting stores, but that is a process.
Sure.
So we just finished the game and it was just available in June. So
Awesome.
we are excited about the ways that we can help families and classrooms
Yeah.
you learn how to be tick bite free.
Yes. Well, if you want Dr. Fox to come to your school, your organization, or speak to a group, she is always more than happy to try to accommodate you. I'll make sure the website's on screen. You can reach out to her through there. It's so important, though. Just be knowledgeable. Knowledge is power. And if you know the things to look for, or if you know just to be vigilant, that is half of the battle. So, and we wish everyone out there a tick-free summer, or an immunity-free year, or immune year for you. Anyway, so we thank you, Dr. Fox, so much for everything you're doing and the education that you're bringing to Frederick County and beyond.
Thank you for having us and getting the word out.